whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Kia ora tātou. Nei mai hoki mai. Ki tā tātou punua pāho kia Taringa. Anei māua, anei ai ko praone e mihi atu nei, ana māua ko te puaheiri.
Tēnā koutou katoa, tēnā hoki koe e tai.
Tēnā hoki koe, kia ora e mara.
Quite symbolic, that sound, as it is quite like that, literally outside.
It is.
Ai.
Nō reira, tēnā tātou I miki I ngā pura o Matariki.
Ai.
Yes, kua tīkona te whenua e Matariki, koe nāno tētahi kōrero. And it's that time of the year. Koine te wā.
Ai, te wā.
And I tēnei wā, ko kupu 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 tā tātou kaupapa, so kupu kupu kupu. And we're talking about, at this time, we're talking about te wā.
Te wā.
Te wā. And actually it's going to be an interesting conversation, I think.
I think so.
But before we get into, when we get to that time, when we talk about it, ko tētahi kiwaha, e pāna ki te wā, ko tēnei. Hea te, anei, taihoa, taihoa. Oh, look, I'm mixing these sound effects up. So if you don't know, I've got this cool as keyboard, sorry, ka kōtiti au I mō tētahi wā. And I've got all these mean as oro taunaki on this keyboard. And, you know, kei te arohau ki taku hoa kia te puaheiri nei, because he hasn't got one. He's got to put up with me pushing whatever I like on him. I might give him a turn one day.
One day.
A tōna wā. A tōna wā. And that is our kiwaha.
Kia ora.
E hoa ma, a tōna wā. So, a tōna wā means there will be a time, there will come a time. Basically, that's what it means, a tōna wā. And you heard me use it then. I said, you know, a tōna wā, I'll let him have a tatu on the keyboard.
In time.
Yeah, it can mean all in good time.
All in good time.
Yeah, all in good time. There will be a time.
Yep.
And while I know a lot of people use mā te wā.
Ai.
And mā te wā is inferring something's going to happen, I suppose. Well, no, it is. And I think we've taken mā te wā has come from a longer sentence, which is mā te wā ka kite anō tāwea tāwa.
Ai.
Ka pēnei, because mā means through time this is going to happen. But
yes.
It's become normalised and is now sort of like the new ka kite anō I a koe.
Ai.
You know? And you can use a tōna wā in the same respect. And actually it's probably a bit more classic, I would say, yes. And traditional a tōna wā. So, you know, someone could say to you, oh, well, ka kite anō I a koe. And you can say, ai, a tōna wā.
A tōna wā.
Yeah, a tōna wā. And by saying a tōna wā, and for those that are learning the a o and tāna tōna and tāku tōku, don't get mixed up with the tōna. You're going, whose wā is he talking about?
Yeah. Don't go just be subjective.
Yes, that's right. And as I said, this is a kiwaha.
Yes.
So there's lots of instances you can use it, a tōna wā. So koina, and a tōna wā, ka ako koutou I te kiwaha nei. There will come a time when you learn this kiwaha.
Aye. I
know Puaheiri wants to, you know, throw a couple in there.
Yeah, no, there's a few of them. You know, when you're telling your kids, oh, can I do this, Dad? Can I do this, Mum? A tōna wā.
Yeah, a tōna wā.
Are we there yet? A tōna wā.
Yeah.
A tōna wā.
Yeah, so koe nā tātou kiwaha. So we're talking about time, and we're in kupu kupu kupu. So, yeah, we're not just talking about the divisions of time. It's much like the kiwaha we used. It's talking about how do we express time.
Yes.
When we're talking I roto I te reo. So that's a good start, actually, our tōna wā, our kiwaha. So maybe we start with the kupu wā.
The wā.
Yeah. And for those of us at the wānanga,
Ai.
You know, we work at te wānanga o Aotearoa, and, you know, it's okay to say the wānanga.
Ai.
And I know some of our etahi o tātou hoa, karangamaha, whanaunga go to other wānanga.
Wānanga, ai.
Awanuiarangi and Raukawa, tēnā koutou katoa. When we're referring to our place at Te Wānanga, we say Te Wānanga. Don't say the wā.
Don't say the wā.
And this is why our kaumātua that I used to work with closely, and Auntie Mākua Ngaro, the late Auntie Mā, and our kaumātua who retired, who ki te rangi, they absolutely did not like hearing wā.
Ai.
But anyway, we're talking about wā the time, and that's why. So wā is not just your watch.
And it's not you going because you didn't hear someone and you go, wā?
Where's my...
Hey!
I think it's missing one beat, eh?
Yeah. That's a quick one.
How do you say, because how do you say what's the time, Mr. Wolf?
Man, this is he pono tēnei kōrero.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, he pono tēnei kōrero, as I was returning home from the gym this morning, pono tonu tēnei kōrero, as I was returning home from the gym this morning, what's the time, Mr. Wolf, from south side of Bombay was on the radio, because I only listen to Māori radio stations.
Yeah.
And so south side of Bombay, what's the time, Mr. Wolf, was on there. And I like to Māori that song because it's pretty quick, and I start with Hea te wā matua kuri, hea ha te wā, and then the next one I go Kei te aha te wā matua kuri, kei te aha te wā, and also trying to say, this is me trying to suss my grammar out, Pea hea te wā matua kuri, pea hea te wā, whether it's right or wrong, but that was very, very coincidental. So yeah, that's probably some of the ways I'd like to ask what time it is, but the way I was told in the correct manner, or perhaps in an idiom type way, is kei te aha te wā.
Yeah.
Is what I've been told. Yeah.
Kei te aha te wā.
What is the time doing?
Yeah.
And that's the same idiom in Italian.
Ah,
yes,
see.
my partner's grandfather, who was late grandfather, bless his soul. Aye, capiche. When he was in Italy during the Second World War, he learnt that how to ask the time, and that's how it translated from Italian to English.
Okay.
What is the time doing?
So my question to you is, so if somebody says kei te aha te wā, what is your answer in terms of, does it follow the same construct? So kei te...
Yeah, well,
or you just like answer
I say
off?
the number. Yeah. Haurua mai te whetū karaka.
Yeah.
And I'm sure is there a more correct way?
I don't know, because even though that I've learned that just recently, to be honest, I still say hea te wā.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes I'll say kei te aha te wā,
Yep.
and then when I first sort of heard that kōrero about kei te aha te wā, I thought, well, do I say...
Do you reply in the same concept?
Yeah. And I say like, kei te haere te ringa nui, ki te koatapāhi, or ki te haurua mai, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Before we had watches, what do you think we said? Did watches and time and, our perception of time,
Aye.
Straight away now we think of watches, we
look to our wrist.
Yeah.
Or to our phones.
Yeah, to our phones.
Yeah.
Did we have our concept of time was very different.
Oh,
Hey.
totally. I think so. We just spoke of matariki and that, and those are divisions of time. Well, there's little 10-10.
And that's 10-10 e te whānau. Yes.
10-10 is Prane's little mokai.
Aye.
Little pero.
He pero. That might feature on one of our discussions.
Yes.
Te mokai.
Te mokai.
Yeah, so... Yeah, our concept of time, is very colonised.
Aye, very, very much
absolutely colonised. To the second,
Yep.
we didn't have seconds.
No.
Well, you went for seconds. I te kai, you went for seconds. But, we didn't have seconds, we didn't have minutes, we didn't have hours.
Yes.
And as, I roto i a tātou kōrero mō matariki, we talked about matariki. We measured the years or the months or the kaupeka by the moons.
By the moons, aye.
Yeah, so our concept of time is very, very different.
Yeah, and like I was saying is that, we look at matariki and that is a big sign of time. It's a big reading of time. And so, you look at our tupuna in pre-colonial times, there we said a lot, the intimate relationship with their natural environment, with our taiao, was that everything was there in terms of how we read the time.
Yeah.
You know, but now today it's like, I want to be home by Shortland Street.
Yeah.
Or I need to be home by 20 past 6. That's when the sports news is on, you know, or going to be home 5:30, you know, stuff like that. So we have a very, very different idea of times.
Yeah, I think, you know, going back to the Matariki discussion and, you know, what Kaliko was talking about and how we went over to Kaho'olawe in Hawaii. And we stayed there for, it was over a week. And, you know, there was no need for our watches and time, you know, Pākehā time. Wā Pākehā. It was about when it's dark, when it's not, in the morning, in the afternoon. You know, and that was about it. And, you know, kia tātou ki te Māori.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all peoples of the world, that would have been your first measurement of time.
Tika.
Te pō, te awatea, so daytime, nighttime and daytime. Nā marama, the moons. Te ata, morning. And then, you know, in te reo, in te ao Māori, we have other parts of the
stages,
morning. So we've got like te ata hāpara, which is very early morning, just before the sun comes up, but still dark. And then before te ata hāpara is te ata pō.
Kia ora.
Which is still, you know, still in the vision of pō, but ata.
Are we talking about the 3 a.m. to the 4 a.m. time, perhaps?
Yeah. Ko te ata pō tērā, and then te ata hāpara would be, you know, 5, well, depending what time of the year it is.
Tika.
You know, i nei wā ko te hōtoke. Winter, the sun, you know, the rising and the setting of the sun is different to the time of
the winter solstice.
Winter solstice to the summer solstice.
We have longer nights. So longer mornings. I guess longer.
And then ahi, and then ahi pō, and then pō, and then my understanding, midnight was weherua pō.
Weherua pō, kia ora.
And I think midnight is probably just a description or an interpretation of weherua pō. It's not, now we use it as a term, the exact time for midnight. So it's quite interesting how our tupuna would have thought about time and relativity to the day and how tamanui te rā went.
Yeah, it's so true because, well, you look at the kōrero of, say, the creation where there are different divisions of pō.
Yeah.
And so their understanding of time was way before, you know, and then very different instances or explanations, descriptions of light.
Yeah.
When you were telling me about your time in Hawaii, reminds me of the time when we go on holiday, ka hoki mātou ki Rāwhiti, in the Bay of Islands, and we just go by the tide.
Yeah.
I know when I've slept in because the tide is turned.
Yeah.
Most time our tide is in to about 7, 8 a.m. So you wake up, you look at the tide, you're like, oh, yep, cool, it's 8 a.m. And then it goes out and it doesn't come back until about 3 p.m. So you know, our divisions of times are run by the tide. So you can imagine our coastal people looking at that. I could also probably think about our people inland, or when you have a maunga and you see a shadow moving and you go, oh, you know, because the sun is on one side from the eastern side and ends up on the western side where the shadow's moving, that's their natural sundial. Yeah. So ātaho ngā kōrero.
We're talking about times in the day, and even day, we've got rā, which is from the sun, tama i te rā or tamanui te rā. So you got rā as a day, raro is another term for day,
kia ora.
But raro is also another term for time. And then you've got this ambiguous word, or it's elusive, to time, and like our tōnoa really doesn't have a measure of, it's just sort of when, or there was, and that is raurangi.
Raurangi, kia ora.
So you can say I raurangi rā, in such and such a time gone by, and then you could say hei raurangi rā, hei a raurangi rā, there will be a time, and such a time this will happen.
Kia ora.
So like, when we going, you know, when are we going to that?
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. And you know, I could say, a tōnoa, and I could say, hei raurangi rā.
Hei raurangi rā.
Which means, there's time and time, you know, so much of time. So, so rā is one, and rangi, of course, and raro. So there's some kupu hou e te iwi, kia tātou. And then, what I find interesting too, and I think we need to have a discussion about, is when we say last night and this night, you know, so I tēnei pō also means last night.
Kia ora.
So, and when you think about it, whakaaro Māori, I tēnei pō last night, because the pō has run into the day.
Kia ora.
I'm trying to, you know, to get the whakaaro.
Because ko te ata, E hangai tono ana ki te pō.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
And
see that.
I've heard a lot of kaumātua and native speakers. So I've heard them say, they'll be talking about something that I was at the night before, and they'll say, I tēnei pō, da-da-da, and I was like, I tēnei pō.
Yeah,
so
true.
tēnei, we seem to have this whakaro that tēnei always means this
present.
this in front of us, this.
Ai,
Yeah. But of course we have I nā pō,
I nā pō.
which is last night.
Ai,
And then you can say, I nā rua pō.
I nā rua, I nā tahi. Yeah,
Yeah,
ai.
I nā rua pō, I nā tahi pō, I nā pō, I nā tahi rā.
Ai,
And then for future, a tahi rā.
ai.
And a tahi rā, again, can be used for either the day after tomorrow, or it can also mean araurangi rā.
Araurangi rā. Oh, true. So
Yeah,
there's
so-
no specific time sometimes. Yeah.
So a tahi rā doesn't always mean the day after tomorrow.
Ai,
Don't take things literally all the time.
Tika.
I roto e, when it comes to, especially when we're talking about te wā, I roto
Yes.
i te whakaaro Māori. And as you were saying before, now we're so literal and we're so definite in our time, in our measurement of time, because of how we've been colonised and how we've been brought up and how we use time now.
ai,
And do we use time or does time use us?
ai,
You know, ko ai te rangatira.
ai.
So, you know, a pōpō, a tahi rā, and, you know, talking about a pōpō, if you say a pōpō to a Hawaiian, they got a different whakaro.
Kia ora.
Their tikanga for a pōpō is different to our a pōpō.
What's their tikanga to a pōpō?
It's a pōpō.
So 2 nights away?
Yeah.
Ah, I can see that.
Yeah. I think originally we were like that.
Ai,
If you took I tēnei pō, that same whakaro, and I said a pōpō,
Yep.
so a pōpō would mean
this pō.
this pō and
That-
a pō that's coming.
That's coming,
Meaning,
Yeah, so you're in between pō.
That's right.
Ai,
And that are pōpō because traditionally we use the night to measure the days.
kia ora, of a lunar cycle.
That's right.
Kia ora.
Ana.
Anna.
So I think our tōna wā will reach another level of consciousness or reawaken,
Aye.
I should say, our consciousness in terms of, you know, te wā and
Te
time.
wā, tika.
So those are some expressions you can learn. We've talked about ahi pō, weherua pō, ata
hāpara, ata pō, yeah.
and then I've heard ata pungi,
Ai, I like that.
Another one.
Ata pungi.
ata pungi, and then ata hāpara,
Ai,
ata tū
ata tū. Ai,
is when
not tat north.
yeah. Ata tū is when the sun is just breaking, to my understanding.
Yes, yep.
Ko te ata tū tērā, and then te ata, and then when the sun is at its zenith,
Te ngā puhitanga o te rā.
te ngā puitanga o te rā,
Kera te kui. Hey!
is te tū māhoihoitanga o te rā,
Kia ora.
o te tūhoitanga o te rā.
Ai, te tū mahu.
Yeah, which means to be when the sun is at its zenith, and then we go into ahi. Yeah, and then back into pō.
Ai. We're talking about ahi and ata. And I understand that in some areas there's a star that is named depending on the time of the day. So, tāwera i te ata, and mere tū ahi in the evening.
That's right.
Yeah, so which is is that Vega?
Venus.
Venus.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a star, and it also can indicate when something happens.
Yeah. So mere tū ahi. And tāwera te whetū kaiata.
Kaiata. Kia ora.
Yeah, tāwera kaiata. It's going back on the our pō thing. I think we could learn a lot of our whanaunga from Hawaii.
Right.
We say rā. We followed the Monday, Tuesday,
Aye.
Wednesday, but they stick to the pō.
Wow.
So they have a pō. Sorry, I don't know, but
Like a pō mere.
yeah, a pō, such and such a pō, such and such a pō,
Yeah.
such and such to measure their days.
Aye.
Yeah, I know we're going to have another wānanga about te maramataka Māori. I think there is an opportunity for us to revisit those
Kia ora.
kupu and revive them. And now lingua franca.
Lingua franca.
Lingua franca, yeah.
Oh, cool. So I'm trying to find what we may have referred to as an 24-hour period, if there ever was one in pre-European time. So are we talking about, say, whiro, tiria, ohoata, o auenuku? So those will be the normal days or the names of the pō.
Yeah.
Aye. You mentioned ata pungi pungi, eh? And I like seeing those words because to me it indicates of how old those words, because that's a word in Tonga. For yeah. Pehe angi mai aku kei pongi pongi. That's a song saying, I want to go back to the land of the morning. Or something like that. Yeah. So, mena no Tonga koe ki can...
Yeah, and is it in Kukiairani?
Aye.
In the morning, your good morning is popungi.
Popungi.
Hey.
Oh, kia ora. Yeah,
I just thought of that.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So maybe, you know, and some
he
of
kupu
you...
pō ki roto rā. He tohu pēr mō...
Popungi.
Yeah, is it because I know
I think it comes from atapungi pungi. Like
Atapungi pungi.
You're just saying morning.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, why don't we use the kupu that our cousins are using?
Yeah, because like...
In Te Moana Nui a Kiwa, instead
true.
of trying to make up and following a whakaaro Pākehā.
Kia ora.
So, you know, I'd rather use popungi.
Popungi, aye.
And I know we use morena to say morning, but I think it's more Māori than saying atamari.
I think so. I think so too. Just like how we've... Well, you know, e te iwi, just says, I don't know if you know this yet, but how we've adopted the word for banana. He maika, eh?
He maika, that's right.
Maika.
And we went to a Thai restaurant the other day, and the lady called it a banana.
Banana.
Yeah, and we sort of had a chuckle, and she got a little bit embarrassed, and we said, no, we're not laughing. We have not laughing at her. But then I said, maybe that's the right way to say it.
Yeah.
So now banana.
Aye, banana.
That's not our kupu.
That's not our kupu, and it's probably not the English kupu.
Yeah.
Just like, side note, pajamas, that's an Indian kupu.
Tēnā koe.
And it's probably not even the word where you say it. Oh, no. Maika for bananas. And so we are reviving or taking back the use for the words of te ata pungi pungi. Another word I've heard, aungake.
Aungake.
Is that for the next morning or the current morning?
Yeah, that's for so when day broke or when it was the next day.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, or when day broke.
Ka aungake te rā.
At day break, yeah. Aungake, yeah. So those are all, we're talking about just the days and nights, nights and days and afternoons, you know, like aungake, awate ana is another one. Takiri mai te ata. But yeah, aungake is one that you'd use conversationally. Aungake ka haere tātou.
Oh, choice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And just before we move too long, I bet a lot of people are asking, so, okay, how do I greet people at certain times of the day, apart from atamari, which is, is that quite recent? Like
absolutely.
That thing?
Absolutely, yeah. More, you know, atamari, morena, those are all, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not nothing wrong with them, but they're not traditional. I think traditionally we just say kia ora.
Aye.
Tēnā koe. We've followed, you know, whakaaro Pākehā in terms of saying good morning, good afternoon, good night, even pō Māori.
Aye.
And pō, you know, it should be pō Māori, but very rarely do you hear pō Māori.
Aye.
But yeah, they're very new expressions. I think we just, you know, we just used to say kia ora, tēnā koe.
Aye.
When I used to go to bed, my mum used to say to me, e moe rā.
Oh, kia ora.
And that's what we said in our whānau, and my kuia used to say that.
Yep.
So she'd say, you know, we'd go to bed, she said, e moe rā, and that was our good night.
Aye.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Even ngā mihi o te ata, even though it's a more Māori way of saying it, so greetings for the morning or morning's greetings, ngā mihi o te ahi, ngā mihi o te pō, pō mana hau, you know, he hou e rā whakaaro.
Aye. Because we're trying to adapt our reo to Pākehā whakaaro again. So if you haven't seen the ongoing theme, that a lot of behind the language is the thought.
Yeah.
So you go from learning the language and finding the English equivalent, and then you start breaking that barrier down to find the whakaaro of the language. So he whakaaro Māori, he kōrero Māori.
Aye. Now we're going to sort of go back into the Kiwaha space, I think, because we've got to talk about some expressions to do with time.
Aye, kia ora.
So we've talked about mea rā wāke, which means a next minute or nick minute, and immediately after. In Tainui, we have ina mata.
Ina mata.
Yeah, people, you can get mixed up because you've got ina mata and ona mata and ana mata.
Yep.
And ana mata is the future. Ona mata is the past. And ina mata is the past as well. But ina mata used as a kiwaha is much used like the mea rā wāke.
Oh, kia ora.
So, that's an expression I heard a lot of from my kuia, ina mata and my auntie, te uru whakarewa, ina mata, and I hear Mainly, Ngāti Maniapoto speakers within Tainui use ina mata as a, straight after that sort
Straight
of a thing,
after
and
that.
immediately after this happens sort of a thing.
Ka
Sort of
pai.
like our equivalent of mea rā wāke.
Mm.
And then for time that went by, you'd say nā wai rā,
Ai,
which means in due course.
ai, nā waira,
Yep.
by and by.
Nā wai rā, yep. You can say nā wai.
Nā wai,
Is
kia
the
ora.
other one. There's another kiwaha.
Ai,
So I got to my cousins and nā wai, we had a kai.
ai,
Yeah, there might be a bit of a dumb tauira, but you get the expression,
Yeah.
the thing. Say nā wai rā. And then tarawake nei.
taroake nei, ai,
Tarawake nei is one that I've been quite strong in reviving in the kurereo and I heard it from one of my kuia
ai.
down in Otaki, tarawake nei, which means it won't be long before.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so tarawake nei ka kai tātou.
Ai,
Now I could take that and I could use tonu
ai,
for the same expression. Kua kai tonu tātou. Now those of you that have learnt tonu
ai.
as whatever hea te kupu ringi kuihi nei,
Yeah.
hea te tonu. Tonu usually it means a continuation of something
Aye.
or the continuing of something. But in this expression, kua kai tonu tātou means we're gonna eat soon.
Ai,
Kua kai tonu tātou, kua haere tonu tātou, we're gonna go soon. So yeah, taro ake nei, haere ai tātou. Won't be long, we'll be going.
ka pai.
And then you could say the same thing, taro, using the word taro, taro kauiho,
Oh, kia ora.
which means it wasn't long before.
Mm,
So i haere au ki reira, taro kauiho, ka mōhio au kua he.
kia ora.
So I got there and it wasn't long before I knew it was wrong.
Mm.
And you don't really hear taro kauiho
No,
as
not
much.
The ones I've heard mostly use, and I think it's the same as nei, is taroake rā.
Mm. Yeah.
Wasn't long till
And kaore i taro.
kaore i taro. Kia ora.
Yeah. So those are some kianga and kiwaha to do with time. And, we talked about our tōna wā.
Yep.
He wā tōna is another rendering of that. And then another rendering is te rā no te wā.
Te rā no te wā.
Yeah. Koina etahi kōrero rero mo te wā,
te
etahi
wā.
kianga mo te wā.
Yes.
And there's plenty more, I'm sure. I know
Aye.
it.
Yeah.
But those are a good start for people, for our listeners, and to get us thinking about te wā and te time, te taima.
Taima.
And then I've heard in te reo ōpaki, we say, I've heard people say, and I use it now, koe wait the time.
Wait the taima.
Koe wait the time.
Koe wait the taima.
Oh, wait the time noi o tērā, and I think it's very Ngāti Porou. I think I heard it from Ngāti Porou speakers.
Kei te whātu pihi, wait the time o tēnā mai.
Yeah. Wait the time is wasted time. He kianga mino tērā, borrowed sentence. Yeah, so koina etahi whakaaro ki te wā, and how we describe time in language and the passing of time
Ai.
and things like that.
What about longer divisions of time?
Pewhenei.
We talked about ona mata, and then we talk about long ago,
Yeah.
in the time of yore.
Yes. So nehe rā,
O nehera, ai.
yeah, i ngā wā o mua was a favourite
O
one.
tohu puma,
Tu moke koe, maumahara noa. That was one of those old time greats. Kia ora, Brannigan. So i ngā wā o mua,
ai.
i nehe rā,
I nehera, ai.
yeah,
Tā uki.
yeah.
Those are,
Tāuki, that's like, that's like way back, like in the ancients.
Yeah.
In the olden days.
in
in ancient times.
the Māori Rassic.
Yeah. The Māori Rassic period.
Māori
I tāuki is, ancient, very ancient.
I like the revitalisation of that
Yeah.
kupu. Tā uki whai oio.
Te ao kōhatu was a favourite at one time.
Yes. Explain te ao kōhatu? Where I'm trying to catch the
Yeah,
description
be
of
careful with it because I used it, I wrote one of my essays when I was at Whare Wānanga, and I did go to Whare Wānanga, Waikato, putting a plug out there, alumni here, e kore rati nei.
Kia ora.
And I, for my anthropology, one of my anthropology papers, I wanted to write my essay in te reo.
Kia ora.
So I did. And it was translated. And I used te ao kōhatu profusely in my essay. Now, of course, it was translated literally to Stone Age.
Yes, I've just, yep.
And, my lecturer was thinking, said back, what are you talking about? We didn't even, this isn't even the period. This isn't even what the lecture was about, what we were talking about. So, literally, it means the Stone Age, te ao kōhatu. But te ao kōhatu means, again, like tāukiuki. But, I've heard kaumātua express when they were young i te ao kōhatu. For them, te ao kōhatu can mean in the olden days.
Yes.
They say same thing in the olden days, i te ao kōhatu.
I te ao hoiho.
Yeah.
I te ao te kata, i te ao te analog watch.
And then we have i te wai o tātou tūpuna.
Ai.
Te wai ngā mātua tūpuna.
Te wai a rātou.
Yeah, te wai a rātou. I tō rātou nā wā.
Kia ora.
Te wā o tātou kuia koroua.
Ai.
Those are all sayings that we use to describe a bygone era.
Ai.
Time's gone by, yeah.
And it's interesting how you say i ngā wā o mua, because people would look at it away in where the time before.
Yes.
So that's another probably an indication of a whakaaro Māori that the time has gone before. So is there truth to the fact that people say that, Māori, we look to the past to go forward? So that's the idea of it, eh?
This is my whakaaro, and I use this quite a bit. It's like when you drive a car, you need that rear vision mirror.
Ai, kia ora.
And it's the same with, tō tātou haerenga i roto i tēnei ao, me te tiro whakamuri tātou.
Ai.
E mōhio ai tātou e ahu ana tātou kiwhea.
Ai.
So we've always got to have that rear vision mirror. And another way, and this might seem a bit spooky to some of you, when I've got passengers in the car and they're sitting behind me, and I'm thinking about them, and I look at them in the rear vision mirror, See if I've got tamariki or anybody in the back seat. So I'm not just looking out the back window, I'm looking at my passengers as well. And it might seem a bit spooky, but that's how my whakaaro too is we look to our tūpuna. They're sitting in the waka with us.
Yeah, yep. I got told that once going through the Waiweka Gorge. I was with our padre of the time, who was from the East Coast, and she goes, always check your mirrors. Because when you come through here, you don't stop. Well, koinei ana kōrero, you don't stop because you'll get passengers. You check your rear vision all the time. It took me a while until...
Ahua roa rawa.
And I thought, yes, kia ora. Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm the same. Particularly if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And I don't spook myself out about it, but I do think that. But as a analogy, in talking about going forwards, we need that rear vision mirror. And me te tiro whakamuri.
Ai.
Yeah. So, so koina e tai kōrero, tāukiuki, whakapata is another one.
Whakapata, yes.
Time's gone by and way back. Yeah, so e kōrero katoa i rā.
Hapai.
Yeah. And then, up until present, moho anei.
Moho anei, ai.
Yeah, so moho anei up until this time.
Ai.
And that's another expression.
Ai.
And I've heard it, there's renderings of it. Moho anei, moho anua nei.
Moho anua nei, yeah.
I've heard it just mohoa.
Yeah, ngā kōrero.
Moho anei, So up until this time. And then, I could say, moho anei, haere ake nei.
Haere ake nei. Kia ora.
Yeah, so haere ake nei means forevermore.
Ai.
Instead of and ake tonu atu is another one. Forevermore. Ake. Ka whawhai tonu, ake. Haere ake nei is another one. So I could say, I nehe, moho anei, haere ake nei.
Ai.
He rangatira te reo.
I nehe.
Ai.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I nehe, moho anō nei, haere ake nei.
Haere ake nei.
Rangatira ana te reo.
From time to now to forevermore.
That's right.
These are the days of our lives.
And there you go. And I think ka nui tēnā mo tēnei wā.
Mo tēnei wā, a tōna wā ka kōrero anō tātou.
Hei rangi rā, ka kōrero anō tātou.
Ai.
A tōna wā.
For those learners, man, use these words.
No re, te iwi ka karahi e nā kōrero mo tēnei wā, e mihi ana ki a tātou. Te waiata o te wiki e hoa, hea tā tātai waiata.
I can't get that Brannigan song out of my head.
Well, there we go, ko tā tātai waiata, i ngā wā o mua.
Kia ora.
I ngā wā o
Ka rongo au I tērā waiata, ka hoki ngā mahara ki raurangira.
Ki raurangira, ai, tēnā.
Tētahi waiata ko tērā. Stola in a Ori Parakuri.
Yeah, man.
Maumahara. Timeless. Wā kore?
Wā kore?
Hoi anō e te iwi. Koe nā tātou kōrero I tēnei wā, I tēnei terenga o Punua Pāho, e kōrero whakakapi au e hoa?
Ka, haere tonu, haere ake nei, kōrero Māori, kōrero tia, aroha tia te rā Māori.
Koe nā hoki, e tautoko nui tiana e au, e rā kupu au e te puaheiri, o tira koutou e taringa tonu mai ana, anei ki tā tātai kaupapa. Kia taringa e whakapāho atu nei I te ipurau, I raro I ngā manaakitanga a te wānanga o Aotearoa. Nei māua e mihi atu nei o tira mātou, I o koutou taringa huri noa, I te kāinga nei, I Aotearoa, I te waipou namu o tira, I te ao whānui, tēnā koutou katoa, hei ko nā mai rā.
Yo, whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing at the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa. Brought to you by Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.